Minasan konnichiwa and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today guys, I just wanted to report to you something really for me, super honorable and very exciting. If you guys remember, I recently made a react video on my own where I reacted to the YouTube shorts of Mini Katana. So they are a organization company, I think they're a team of making katana swords. Well, not just katana swords, but a lot of different types of swords from anime and such. And they actually sell the dull ones, they actually sell the sharp ones and such. And I believe they are a company that is located in the US. And they make a lot of amazing YouTube content as well as they sell their products. So I wanted to react to their videos. And that video is actually starting to get a lot of views. And the team, Mini Katana, has actually sent me an email of appreciation. Thank you so much, Mini Katana. I was really afraid at first when they sent me an email. I thought maybe they were a little bit angry about me, without taking any permission or anything to react to their videos. I was a little bit afraid, but in the end, the content of the email was actually them telling me that they really appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I can't believe how much they sent me such a really beautiful email and everything. And yeah, so I wanted to, and one thing actually, they weren't angry at me. They were saying a lot of thank yous, and also they were saying that if you taken a look at the video I've made about the Mini Katana YouTube shorts, there was one YouTube shorts that literally seemed like they took the words, or what should I say, the script from my videos almost. I think it was like the 4.3 things you shouldn't do with the katana, or like taboos with the katana or something. And they talked about that you shouldn't use it like a cane, or you shouldn't walk over it and such. But the way the metaphor they used to explain it was literally what the metaphor that I used to explain in my videos that was published about a year and a half ago. So I kind of half jokingly picked that up and, what should I say, introduced it in my video, and they were like, oh, we're really sorry about it, and they said that we'll delete the video as soon as possible. And we actually told the person who was responsible for making that YouTube shorts to never copy directly off of someone else's content. And I was like, no, it's completely fine, please don't delete anything of your content. And I believe they might have thought that I was a little bit upset about it, but it's a big no. It's a huge no. And of course, I think it's not good to directly use that person's content, like use other people's videos directly to explain something as if you're explaining it. That I would be against, or making that person sound like he or she has a different opinion by just cutting out and clipping parts of the video. I don't really think that's a good idea. But if they made it into their own videos explaining it, even if a person says something exactly the same that I say, if that person is not trusted or doesn't have the authority to have people listen to them, doesn't matter, right? So in the end, it's Mini Katana's trust and authority that made people want to watch that video. So even if they use the same words that I used, because I read off of books, I read websites written by professors at universities, and I make my videos. So basically, I am using the words of other people too sometimes. And that's just a simple way for us to study something, right? You hear stuff from your sensei, your instructor, and you bring that down to your own students or your kohai, your juniors, and that's how knowledge or experience is brought down to the next generation. So that's not a problem at all for me. And especially I explained to them that my dream, as I always say at the end of these podcasts too, is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. And one of the things I want to do in order to do that is to try to evolve and preserve traditional culture. And in order to evolve and preserve traditional culture, I really think what's most important is that we are able to make money, to make business out of traditional culture. Now, I've explained this so many times before, but a lot of Japanese people, especially when it comes to traditional culture, hate talking about money. They really think that the moment traditional culture is connected deeply to money, they think it's turning into something very dirty, very vulgar, not honorable, not holy anymore as a traditional culture. But the answer is, this. I personally think this is crazy, because if you want to spread and preserve a culture, it needs to be something that is sustainable. And if it's sustainable, it means that something needs to be something that everyone can make a living out of, right? Now, I understand there are some people who say that if we have to make it into a business, I'd rather just let the tradition disappear. That person might think it that way, but I don't think it that way. What kind of right do we have to end a tradition that's lasted for a few hundred years just because of our ego, right? So I really think that, everything else too, like the Budo martial arts, it could be the tea ceremony, the stage arts and such. The reason why they were able to prosper, and become very popular in the past was because it was a huge business. Right, it gave them a lot of popularity. It gave them a lot of money. That's the reason why a lot of people wanted to do it. Like, for example, tea ceremony was literally about economy. It was about how to control the people, how to move money, and all this stuff, right? That's the reason why it became so popular all over Japan. It's nothing dirty that we talk about money or, connect it with businesses. So that's what I want to do. So, for example, YouTube, for me, is a big business. Of course, my main business right now. And for me, talking about Japanese traditional culture, reacting to videos or making videos about me training or all of these kind of stuff are for me to show to the next generation that you can make money from traditional culture and you can make a living by doing it. And I want more people to think, wow, if I really love traditional culture, but I was going to give up because there's no way we can make a living out of it. I'll just do it as a hobby, maybe once a week kind of stuff. But if this guy can actually make a living from it, then I love traditional culture too, so why don't I try myself? And I want more people to basically mimic me. I want more people to copy what I'm doing, because my goal is for traditional culture to be carried on to the next generation. And to do that, I need to be a good example, right, of how to make a living from Japanese traditional culture. Yeah, of course, there will be a lot of flaws. I bet there might be people who will come into the traditional world just for the money. There might be some people like that in the future, but even now there are people coming into the Japanese traditional world just for the authority of them doing traditional culture that is very important, right? So what's the big difference? I would say. So, anyways, what Mini Katana did about making their YouTube shorts, probably referencing my video. Well, they admitted it, so I'm pretty sure it's true, but it's completely fine for me. That's a good thing. I'm very honored. I mean, I read out of books and articles that professors write, right? I really am honored that they felt that my video is something that they want to share to other people, the content that I make, and that's a great thing. Because the taboos that they share are true. You shouldn't use a katana like a cane. You shouldn't walk over a katana. And that is real rules that exist in Japan. It's great that they're sharing it to more people. The audience that I probably cannot reach out to, right? So I think that's simply great. So I told them there's nothing they have to be sorry about. And it's completely fine. And the third thing, number one, I was really happy that they were thankful for the video that I made. Number two, they were actually sorry about one of their YouTube shorts, and I told them that there's nothing to have to be sorry about. And number three is very, very surprising. We were actually keeping in contact, and they found out that I recently started a Ko-fi page to raise money to go to school to become a Japanese language instructor. Yeah. A teacher. It's a official qualification for you to become a person who can teach Japanese officially. And I told them that about the Ko-fi page, that I'm doing this right now. This is my new goal. And they actually supported me so much on my Ko-fi page. And I can't believe it. They were saying that they actually got a lot of more profit, maybe they were able to raise profit thanks to my video. And they were like, is there something I can do for you? And I was like, well, you don't have to do something for me. All I did was, make a video from your amazing content. And I'm actually the one benefiting more, to be honest. So I told them they really don't have to do anything. But if you do still have something that you want to do, yeah, it's really up to you. But if there is something that you would love to do, I did recently start a Ko-fi page, and it would be great if you can check that out for me. And they supported me so much. If you can jump to my Ko-fi page, actually, you can check out that Mini Katana has supported me a lot. Yeah, and they actually bought me a coffee basically on Ko-fi twice. And I'm just really, really thankful for that I was able to, build up this really great relationship with Mini Katana and the team. And we were saying that if we have another occasion, we'll be able to possibly do some collaborations or work together and such. And I think that just sounds really cool too. So I am very, very much looking forward to it. And I hope you can look forward to it too. Once again, I wanted to say here in this podcast that I really, really appreciate Mini Katana reaching out to me and helping me out on my Ko-fi and my new goal as well. And I hope you can check out my Ko-fi page too. And also, of course, Mini Katana's website if you're interested in buying Katana. So then everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true, as I said earlier. So I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese willing to come to Japan to study, travel, or work, or even train our traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life trying to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture as we talked about, and also try to help out the younger generation so they can have a better future. And to do that, the nearest goal I have right now is to raise the money, yes, for me to become a Japanese instructor, Japanese language instructor, and to be able to create more content related to Japanese as well. So it'd be great if you can check out my Ko-fi page just in the description box and also in the comment section to support me to achieve this goal. Alright, thank you so much guys for listening, and once again, I hope you can check out Mini Katana's website too. Alright, thank you so much for your time guys.